So, where did that phrase come from? Let's talk about that.
Man Up with Mark. Mark talks about everything under the sun. You may agree with him, and again, you may not.
Yeah, I want to talk about some important stuff today. I want to talk about where did that phrase come from? You hear all these phrases. Guys and gals out there will say something to you, and they'll put in these little quick, quippy phrases. And you all kind of chuckle, yeah, you're right, yeah. And you go on with life. And then you go out and you go, where the hell did that phrase come from? Well, at least I do. After somebody says something, I'll sit back and go to myself, where in the hell did that phrase come from? So I thought I'd look up a few of these phrases and let you know where these phrases came from. The first one, there's no such thing as a free lunch. You hear that all the time. Yeah, there's no such thing as a free lunch. That phrase came from the 1840s, where the bars here in the United States back then would advertise free lunches so that patrons would come in and, of course, also drink their alcohol, their beer, their wine, their whiskeys, their whatever they wanted to drink. Of course, they would charge for the alcohol, but they would give you a free lunch. Basically, what that free lunch consisted of was very salty items, salty snacks, or foods that were prepared with a lot of salt. What that did was it just made the patrons want to drink more. So these salty snacks and salty food items that were given out to the people were, quote unquote, the free lunch that the bars would offer. But what they were doing was just making buku bucks on the alcohol that they were selling. Thus, that's where it came from, all the way back in 1840. The hair of the dog that bit you. Yep, you always heard that. You go out and you tie one on. Next morning, someone would say, you need to have a little hair of the dog that bit you. That phrase was actually derived back in medieval days when you would be bitten by an animal, whether it be a dog or whether it be some sort of wild animal, a wild cat or whatever. When that animal would bite you, it was prescribed by the physicians of the medieval days to get a hair of that animal that bit you and pluck it and put it in the wound, and that would heal the wound faster. Thus the phrase, hair of the dog. Yeah. Hair of the dog that bit you. Had nothing to do with drinking. Easy as pie. Hear that all the time. Oh, that's as easy as pie. Well, the phrase actually originated as easy as eating pie. Yeah, it's not easy as pie. You ever make a pie? It's not that easy. Now, eating a pie is easy. No, it's just been downsized into easy as pie. Yeah, I've often thought of that. It's easy as pie. Pie isn't that easy. But finding out where the original phrase came from, it was back in the 19th century when that phrase came out. And the phrase began with, "It's as easy as eating pie." Now, that makes sense to me. In a pickle. Now, where did that... In a pickle. Yeah, you're in trouble. You're in a situation that's not good. You're in a pickle. Where in the hell did that come from? The phrase actually came from the Old Dutch, and they would say, "Die pickle sitzen." That basically translated from you were sitting in the salty solution that was used to make pickles, which was not a good place to be. You wouldn't want to sit there. And that's why it was called that, because, you don't want to do that, or you don't want to be there, or you don't, you're in a pickle, or die pickle sitzen. Yeah, you're sitting in that salty solution. That makes sense. No, I don't want to do that. You're sitting in the solution that made the pickle. You're not in the pickle. You're in the solution, that salty, nasty solution. That makes better sense. In the pickle. In a pickle. Die pickle sitzen. And last but not least, he's got egg on his face. Where'd that come from? Why did that derive that, boy, he did something stupid. He said something stupid. He's in a situation, he's got egg on his face. That saying derived from vaudevillian days when the fall guy would get egg smashed on his forehead during the slapstick routines on the stage during the vaudevillian productions. Yep, he has egg on his face. That's where it came from. How about that? It literally came from somebody having egg on his face. Now, wasn't all of this important to know? Next time you're at a party and somebody says one of those sayings, you can say, "Hey, you know where that saying came from?" And you can be one of those know-it-alls at the party that everybody can't stand. Can't wait, huh? What do you guys think? What other sayings out there or phrases that you've heard that you've wondered, where the hell did that come from? Let me know. I'll find out for you. Send me a comment. Also, please like, subscribe, ring the bell. And, like always, yeah, I know, I hate to beg, but I'm going to keep doing it. Please donate to my Patreon. That'll keep this stupid-ass podcast going. It's patreon.com/manupwithmark. All right? Okay. See ya.
If you have a question or comment, email Mark at manupwithmark.com.